So at this point of Honkai Star Rail, I think it's safe to say that Luocha is by far the best healer in the game. Now, we do only have 3 healers in the game, and we're going to be getting Lynx in version 1.3. But as it stands right now, Luocha's performance is so much better than the other two. But then, that begs the question, who is the worst healer in the game then? Because we know Luocha's the best. So in this video, I'm going to go over the kits of Natasha and Bailu, who are the other 2 healers currently in Honkai Star Rail, and I will see which one I think is the worst of the 2. So if you enjoy this type of content and want to see more, definitely be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell. So now, I'm going to start off with Natasha. So, Natasha, some of her main things that she does that are unique to her are that her skill not only will heal a single ally, right in the moment when you use it, but it will also apply a continuous healing effect, so they can get some healing additionally when their turn comes around, which is definitely really nice. And then also, with one of her major traces, her skill will be able to dispel debuffs, otherwise known as cleanse. So she'll be able to deal with some of those annoying debuffs, which could be very good if you don't have Bronya, for example, because Bronya's skill has a similar cleanse effect. Then Natasha's ult will heal the entire team, and also for allies who are really low HP, around 30% or lower, they will also get a continuous healing effect as well to give them some more recovery, which is definitely really good for those situations to try to keep your characters alive. Then also, for characters that are below 30% HP, when you heal them with Natasha, she'll actually increase her outgoing healing for those characters, so they'll be able to get more HP back when they're really low, which is really helpful for those situations, because a lot of the times when we're doing Memory of Chaos, for example, or maybe even Simulated Universe, depending on how built up your team is, you may run into situations where your characters are low, and then you heal them with a healer, and then they still die anyways because they're taking way too much damage. So, in Natasha, with the continuous healing plus the outgoing healing increase, is definitely going to be very helpful. And then also, one time per battle, if Natasha herself falls below 30% HP, she will give herself a heal that is completely separate from her skill and her ultimate, which is really nice, so she'll be able to get a good amount of HP back as well. So that's really all the stuff for Natasha. Now let's go into Bailu. So the main difference, first of all, for Bailu and Natasha is the fact that Bailu is a 5-star. She's on the standard banner, so there probably are a good amount of players who have either pulled her from the standard banner or have lost a 50-50 on a limited banner and gotten her. So she's definitely harder to obtain than Natasha, which is a big plus for Natasha. But now to go over what Bailu does that's unique to Natasha. So firstly, for Bailu's skill has 3 healing droplets. The first one will heal the ally that you choose, and then the other 2 will heal random allies on the team. And sometimes this ends up working out for you. Sometimes it's not the greatest in the world because it is random. That is one drawback from it. And the healing also slightly decreases per droplet. So that ally that you heal will get the most healing, whereas the ally, the random allies might get just slightly lower. And from what I've noticed with my use of both Natasha and Bailu, the healing for their skills ends up being around the same for that first droplet compared to Natasha's skill. So that's also important to keep in mind. Then Bailu's ultimate heals the entire team. And her main uniqueness with her ultimate is that she will imply the Invigoration status on her entire team, including herself, which makes it so that whenever an ally is hit, or up to 2 hits, and it lasts for 2 turns, Bailu will heal them for a set amount of HP, so it's kind of like damage reduction, but it's also not exactly damage reduction, because it's not just lowering the amount of damage you have. It's just you take the damage that you're supposed to take and then you'll heal from it. And the reason I bring up damage reduction too is because once you ascend Bailu to Ascension 6 and unlock her last major trace, that will improve the Invigoration status by actually giving damage reduction of, I believe it's 15%. During the status, which again either lasts for 2 turns or it lasts for up to 2 hits. Whichever of those ends first will end the Invigoration. And then I think the biggest part of Bailu's kit that is very unique to Natasha's, and I don't see us getting another character that does this for at least a long time, is that once per battle, if an ally character loses all their HP, Bailu can revive them and heal a pretty sizable chunk of their HP as well if you've built your Bailu right. Like, I did the math for where my Bailu is, and she'll heal them for about 1.1k HP, which on like a normal character that's not built up with like a lot of HP like Bailu is, that's a good amount of HP for you to be like, okay, and then I can heal them right afterwards when Bailu's turn comes around. So it's definitely, each of them definitely have their unique elements about them. But I think overall, after looking at what they do and what they bring to the table that the other one doesn't, I'm going to have to say that Bailu is better than Natasha. So I think Natasha ends up being the worst healer in the game. Not to say that she's bad, because I think all 3 healers in the game are very good. Luocha's just on a completely different level, and then I think Bailu, with having her revive, as well as the Invigoration, first giving that like HP regeneration when getting hit, but then also damage reduction, once you get to Ascension 6, is very strong, and I think it's just a stronger effect compared to the continuous healing, because even if you're getting like slightly more healing with Natasha's kit, you're still going to be taking the same amount of damage, and if you're fighting that endgame content, that Memory of Chaos, Simulated Universe, depending on like where your characters are built up, you can still die from the, with having the continuous healing, but the Invigoration will make it so, you have damage reduction at Ascension 6, which makes you take less damage during the Invigoration status, but then also when you get hit, you're getting some HP back. So overall, Bailu just has a lot better survivability for the team, and then adding in her revive as well makes it so like if you get caught or if you get some bad RNG, like let's say you're running everyone's favorite character Ting Yun, and Ting Yun gets hit by like 3 attacks in a row and dies, it's not the end of the world for you, because Bailu can revive her, and then you can heal her, and hopefully you don't get that unlucky again, but because it's Ting Yun, it probably will happen. But regardless, yeah, so overall, I think Natasha is the worst healer, Bailu is second, and then Luocha is by far the best. And then, we'll see where Lynx goes once 1.3 comes out, once we get some playtime with her. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about the healers right now in Honkai Star Rail. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel, all that fun stuff, and I will see you all next time.